Alice in Wonderland. It was a warm summer day. Alice and her sister were sitting under a shady tree. Alice was eagerly listening to the book her sister was reading. Alice's head slowly rested on her sister's shoulders. Alice began to feel sleepy. Suddenly, a rabbit with a colorful jacket and a bow tie passed by. The rabbit hurriedly took a watch out of its pocket and put it back in, muttering to itself, "What an interesting rabbit," she thought. "It has clothes and a watch." The rabbit disappeared into a hole. Alice was very curious about where the rabbit went and followed it. She had taken a few steps when she began to tumble into a hole. As Alice fell down, she saw flying books, toys, and household items, which surprised her greatly. When Alice landed, she saw the rabbit again. However, the rabbit was walking hurriedly. Alice called out to it, but received no response. When she saw the rabbit entering a room, Alice quickly followed into the room. Alice couldn't find the rabbit in the room. There was a small door in the room, but Alice was too tall to fit through that door. She was attracted to a bottle on the table with a key and a tag that read, "Drink me." She took the key and without hesitation, she drank from the bottle. Alice started to shrink until she became a toy doll. She used the key to open the door and entered the beautiful garden on the other side. Alice began to explore this beautiful garden. There were so many strange animals in the garden. Alice was very bored of her small size. When she entered the cottage in the garden, she saw cookies on the table with the words, "Eat me." Without thinking, she ate the cookies. Suddenly, she began to grow rapidly. "No, I've become larger than this cottage." Next, the rabbit appeared in the room. Alice offered a fan. As Alice waved the fan, she shrank back into a toy doll again. When the rabbit emerged from the cottage again, Alice left and entered the forest. She saw an interesting caterpillar sitting on a giant mushroom. The caterpillar pointed at the mushroom, saying, "One side of this mushroom makes you grow taller, and the other side makes you shrink." Alice ate a piece of the mushroom. She shrank so much that she had to climb the mushroom forcibly to get another piece. This time, she grew so tall that her head nearly touched the clouds. On her fourth attempt, Alice finally returned to her own size. Alice encountered the Cheshire Cat, known as the Mad Hatter of Wonderland. The Cheshire Cat advised Alice to attend the Mad Hatter's tea party in the March Hare's event. Then, it gradually disappeared, leaving only its peculiar smile behind. After a while, Alice found herself watching the Queen's croquet match. When the Cheshire Cat mentioned that he didn't like the rabbit's game, the Queen became very angry and ordered the rabbit to be judged by the playing cards. Alice was called as a witness to the court. Alice was very bored of these proceedings and said, "This is not a fair trial, you're just cards." She overturned the cards, saying, "You can't judge anyone." The cards started to chase Alice. While Alice was running away from the cards, she suddenly felt a hand stroking her head. When she slowly opened her eyes, she noticed that she had fallen asleep on her sister's shoulder. "You slept for so long," her sister said. "It was a very interesting and long dream," Alice smiled.